Hi friends, welcome to Tutorials Point. In this video, you will be understanding supply chain management and in that skill development. So subheadings, we will be undergoing these things in the video. Competence metrics, gap identification, training and development plan to reduce the gaps, and then training effectiveness. So in the competence metrics, we will be understanding that all the team members to be covered in this competence matrix. And there should be all value addition processes that are involved. And then there shall be a scale. Scale can be something like 0 to 5 or 1 to 5, or it can be like 25% to 100%. So depending on which system is suitable for you, you can use that. And then all roles and responsibilities in the supply chain management needs to be covered in this particular competency matrix. Then only we will be able to understand the gap. And once we are clear with respect to the gap, we can finally go ahead in taking some actions to close these gaps. In gap identification, there will be internal and external. External means it is some kind of a training gap that comes from customer or other stakeholders who are not within the company. The other stakeholders can be from a government agency or maybe from some kind of investor. So internal gaps are something like when we are operating with cross-functional departments, or when a manager identified his subordinate is having certain gap in certain skill, these things can be identified as internal gaps, and both needs to be assessed and reported. Then we will be understanding the training development plan, where we need to be very clear why we are giving the training, this particular training to this particular person. So when we are clear about why we are giving, then we can understand what are all the things that are going to be covered in the training objectives, when it will be given, by whom it will be given, whether he is a credible person, and how it will be given. So how can be through a video or any other classroom trainings also. Then we will be understanding the training effectiveness. Because once the training is effective, then only it makes a lot of sense for the investment that is done for this particular training. Then it can be taken through the immediate feedback from the participants or from manager. It can be also done through pre-post questionnaire assessments, where the post questionnaire should have some kind of an improvement based on the pre-stage. Then there is a performance improvement and there is a return on investment also. Because all trainings means there will be certain investment that is going to be happening. So performance improvement means to say that there can be a behavioral change that we are seeing in that particular person who has undergone training. Then there will be an improvement in the consistency of his performance. Or there can be even an improvement in the effectiveness level. Effectiveness means to say that the quality of his work has a significant improvement after the training has done. Then we will understand sometime with respect to the return on investment. Here, to calculate this, we need to be measuring what is the investment that is being done, what is the performance measured, and we need to interlink both the things. And then finally, we will be understanding whether there is a return on investment that has happened for this particular training that has been given for this particular person. So that's all in this video. Thank you so much.
Tutorialspoint.com. Simply easy learning.